Lord Jim is a novel by Joseph Conrad that delves into the life and struggles of Jim, a young British seaman. The story begins with Jim serving as the chief mate on the Patna, a ship carrying Muslim pilgrims to Mecca. When the ship strikes an underwater object and begins to sink, Jim and the other officers abandon the ship, leaving the passengers to their fate. The Patna is later found and towed to safety, and Jim faces a public inquiry, resulting in the revocation of his officer's certificate. This event marks the beginning of Jim's quest for redemption. Following the inquiry, Jim drifts from port to port, taking on various jobs while haunted by his cowardice. Eventually, he arrives in Patusan, a remote settlement in the Malay Archipelago, where he gains the trust and respect of the local community. Jim becomes a leader and is given the title Tuan Jim, or Lord Jim. He finds a sense of purpose and belonging in Patusan, developing a deep relationship with the people, especially with a local woman named Jewel and a native leader named Doramin. Jim's newfound peace is threatened when Gentleman Brown, a notorious pirate, arrives in Patusan. Despite warnings, Jim allows Brown and his men to enter the settlement, hoping to avoid bloodshed. However, Brown betrays Jim's trust, leading to a violent confrontation that results in the death of Doramin's son, Tuan Jim. This betrayal devastates Jim, and he accepts full responsibility for the tragedy. In the novel's climax, Jim confronts Doramin, accepting his fate. Doramin, grieving for his son, kills Jim in an act of retribution. Jim's death is portrayed as an act of ultimate redemption, a final atonement for his earlier cowardice. Through his sacrifice, Jim restores his honor and redeems himself in the eyes of the community and his own conscience. Lord Jim explores themes of honor, guilt, and redemption, portraying the complex moral landscape of human nature. Conrad's intricate narrative and deep psychological insights make it a profound study of a man's struggle to reconcile his ideals with his actions. Life lessons from Lord Jim. The importance of redemption. Jim's journey underscores the human need for redemption and the lengths one might go to restore honor and self-respect. Despite his initial failure, Jim's efforts to make amends highlight the value of seeking forgiveness and personal growth. Facing one's fears. The novel teaches the importance of confronting one's fears and mistakes. Jim's flight from the Patna represents a moment of weakness, but his eventual acceptance of responsibility in Patusan shows the courage needed to face the consequences of one's actions. The power of community. Jim finds solace and a sense of belonging in the community of Patusan. This emphasizes the significance of finding and contributing to a supportive community, where mutual respect and cooperation can lead to personal and collective fulfillment. Integrity and responsibility. Jim's story illustrates the crucial role of integrity and taking responsibility for one's actions. His ultimate acceptance of his fate at Doramin's hands reflects his understanding that true honor involves owning up to one's failures and making amends. Complexity of human nature. Conrad's novel delves into the complexities of human nature, suggesting that people are neither wholly good nor bad. Jim's character is a blend of courage and cowardice, illustrating that personal growth involves navigating these moral ambiguities and striving for betterment.